I cannot force you to feel. I can invite you, but I cannot force you. You must also give yourself permission to feel. I am here to talk about feelings and how they are the access point for your transformation. Your feelings and your emotions. I thought they were both the same thing. Not really. We have 4 feelings: anger, sadness, joy, and fear. Those arise in the moment. And when we are living from our adult ego state, we're able to access those feelings, to feel them in the moment and do things with them, if we choose. When they sit and linger for 3 minutes or more, they become emotions. They can mix with each other and become mixed emotions, like depression, for example, or excitement. Depression is a mix of anger and sadness. Excitement is a mix of fear and joy. And there are many other emotions, which I'm sure many of them you've experienced in your life. I know I have. There's a beautiful bird up ahead. Check it out. Beautiful. Years ago, if you know anything about me, I'm also a professional dominatrix. It's part of my lineage. Years ago, I had a submissive client book with me, and they wanted me to make them cry. They said that they haven't been able to cry they don't remember since when. And that was really what they wanted more than anything. Did we achieve this? This is not just me achieving this. No, they did not cry. They were not able to access their sadness, to feel their sadness. They were blocked from that. So then how do you feel something that you know is there? Your intellectual body knows it. But your numbness bar is so low that you can't feel it. Well, sometimes you have to start feeling the feelings that you do have bigger access to. For me, of the 4 feelings, it is actually fear that I am feeling most of the time. Yeah, that feeling, it's very easy for me to find exactly what I'm afraid of in this moment right now. And from that point of feeling fear in my emotional body, maybe even in my energetic body, because we have 5 bodies, by the way, I can start to feel other things from there. There's also another access point, as I'm going to call it now, of going to your anger. Everyone knows what anger feels like. However, they don't always know what conscious anger feels like. We are so used to feeling unconscious anger. We're also very used to feeling unconscious joy. And we've got, with this map of emotions, with this map of feelings, of these 4 feelings, we are used to the unconscious versions of them. For example, speaking of unconscious joy, which I have a lot of, my gremlin loves to mask the pain of sadness and anger. The pain, I'm calling it pain because that's what I have learned to see it as. And that's no longer what I'm going to see this as or feel this as. Okay? So I take that back. I'm choosing to become more of a feeler. And to feel means that I don't need to demonize these feelings. They offer a roadmap. A lot of people want to get rid of feelings, and I'm going to get to that in a minute, but I want to get back to this part about unconscious joy. I feel a lot of unconscious joy that I didn't even notice was a thing till I started working with more space holders, and they would spot it in me and say, do you really feel joy right now? You're smiling, but do you? And when someone would see through my BS, especially someone that I knew that I really could show up and be vulnerable around because they are a space holder and they have access, and they've shown me the access they have to their own feelings, that they're feeling them too, their feelings, and that it is not wrong or bad to feel, I would break. That wall of unconscious joy would come crashing down, and there would come crying or some anger or fear even. So our society, modern culture, loves to esteem joy, and it will settle for unconscious joy, so long as it's not the other feelings or emotions. Is this ringing a bell? Look around in your daily life. It doesn't know how to deal with. That is the language we use, isn't it? It doesn't know how to deal with emotions or feelings that are negative. Titled negative. Fear, anger, sadness, anything that is not joy is labeled as negative. And yes, we could go down the lane of a debate on the different frequencies or vibrations on the scale of consciousness of different emotional states, such as shame. Shame starts off the scale of consciousness. It's the bottom of the barrel. Shame is a combination of mixed emotions, composed of anger, sadness, and fear. We could go into a whole other subject here for another video about how as we ascend out of these emotional states, we reach states of joy or bliss and all of that for consciousness. But here's the thing. You can't get to that emotional state, if we can call it an emotion by that point. You can't get there unless you're actually able to hold space for all that is. And all that is includes these negative emotions and negative feelings. But this is a great subject for another video. People don't know how to deal with feelings and emotions, especially negative ones. It's not even deal with them. It's process and feel them. You aren't taught this, and neither was I. No. I had to practice, and I'm still always going to be in the practice of space holding. It is an experiential practice that you learn through experience. And let me tell you, you can't read your way into this work. No, it doesn't work like that. You've got to practice it. Right now, it's happening. Right now, there's probably parts of you that are triggered by my defiance. It is calling into question your box. It is shaking it a bit. Can you hold space for the feelings that are arising as I say the things that I do? I remember when I first started space holding, I was triggered all the time. Yes, how easy it is to run from negative feelings and emotions instead of holding space for them. And this is also happening in the spiritual communities. Just because you have a spiritual awakening doesn't mean that you're able to actually hold space. I know plenty of people who have gone through a spiritual awakening, but they run from situations that they're hooked by. They don't know how to hold their energetic center. They give up their energetic center and they run, oh, I'm an empath, I can't deal with this. That is a disempowered empath, by the way. And I speak from personal experience in saying this. If this path calls to you to actually become empowered, to transform as, you know, a quote unquote empath, I don't really like using the expression anymore because it has so many connotations that I feel angry about, honestly, when I see them online, because I see the disempowerment going on and I'm like, okay, when you awaken, you walk into a path of service. And you cannot walk a path of service if you are running from the collective. Okay? And transformation and healing, it's not for everyone. Initiation is not for everyone. Not everyone wants to do the work. And that's fine too, right? We all have our choice. It doesn't make us any better or worse, by the way, either. Because a lot of people get on a spiritual high horse, which makes me feel a bit angry too. Because every path that we are on is worthy. It is worthy to walk through the underworlds and feel depression. It is worthy to walk, to soar to the upper worlds. You know, it's all worthy. It's all part of this consciousness, right? Now I want to go back to how you can use an access point. Feel in your body, you know, close your eyes if you need to, and feel what is alive in you. Without shame, admitting what is alive in you of these feelings. For me, I feel most angry actually right now. Sometimes when I turn on a camera, I feel the initial fear. And then I start speaking from the unknown. And then I start accessing and feeling these other feelings coming up. It's like I had a video. Someone was like, those were all really great points. You seem a bit angry. And I was like, cool. I'm glad they were great. Anger is not a bad thing. We've just been taught to suppress it. And everybody is used to seeing someone get up on a stage and tell you to vote for them and use these very determined language when they go up on the stage and they tell you what your values are instead of you choosing your own. And then when they see a regular person getting up there, they're triggered by it. That's interesting to me. It's very interesting to me. We are conditioned to give up our center and complain about the government, about the school system, about this and that and this and that. And then we go and get back into the low drama triangle and play some of these roles instead of taking responsibility. And where does radical responsibility begin? In feeling your feelings. It begins in feeling your feelings. No joke. In owning them. And there's so much more to this. This is a life work, by the way. So I'm not going to give every single thing in one video here and be like, this is how you do it. The other thing is, like I said at the beginning, I can't force you to feel. I can't. And that brings me joy, actually. I feel joy in saying that. You know why? Because I am not here to control you. Because you're your own sovereign being. Right? Unless you've been persuaded otherwise, which does happen to us. It can happen to you, right? It happened to me. That's where I was once. I thought that others had power over me. And The other point I said, so I can invite you to feel your feelings. Here's this other point about being a space holder, okay, is that I am inviting you to feel your feelings. You can book a session with me online, and we can go into this practice of feeling. We can go into an emotional healing process, which will be completely transformative, especially the more that you do them. When I invite you to do this, it unlocks more and more possibilities in yourself. But what I want to say also about space holding is that most people don't know what this even is. I see people throw around the words hold space online, but do they know what this actually means, and are they practicing it every day? Because this is a life practice. Yes, it starts within. Yes, it does. It starts with us feeling our feelings every moment, or our emotions. But it is one thing to do it with ourselves, and it is another to do it in the presence of someone else who's committed to this path. And what happens when you do it with someone else, there is co-regulation happening. And that is basically part of the backbone of attachment theory too. If you're looking to heal your attachment style, contact me as well, because this is some of the work that I do in the world too. And so back to this idea, this what I'm saying about space holding, is that a lot of people throw the term hold space around, but it's more than active listening. It's more than active listening. And this is not about me rescuing you. This is not about me prosecuting you for what you did. This is not about me being like, oh, you poor thing, you're a victim. No, that does not aid in your transformation. That doesn't aid in your transformation, and it doesn't aid in mine either. And that's what I'm going to say for today, is that I can't make you feel. But I will show you how to do it now. I will walk you through this process, because if you've stuck around this long, then maybe this is for you. And I'm going to find a place to put this camera. I will guide you in this process. It's a centering process. Close your eyes and take some deep breaths. And feel your feet connected to the earth, the rest of you connected to the earth. Feel that connection that you have with Gaia, that no matter where you are, standing or sitting, you are connected. And now you're going to take all of your attention and energy that is in some other place, some other time from the past, and you're going to bring it into the front of your face, right in front of your eyes. Bring all of that energy and attention that's gone elsewhere and bring it in front of your eyes there. And everything that's putting your attention into the future, bring that, all that, collect everything and put it in front of your face. Bring it all there. And now you're going to bring that ball of all that information and energy, you're going to bring it down to the physical center of your body, which is 3 inches below your navel. It's the center of your body. Bring it down to that center and hold it there. And now you're going to connect with your grounding cord. This cord connects from your physical center to the center of Gaia. It has a color. It might have 2 or 3 colors. And on the count of 3, I'm going to say the color of my cord, and you can say yours out loud too. Mine is brown. green. And now I'm going to use my clicker, and you can use your clicker too. It's a snap of the fingers to declare my bubble, my energetic bubble around myself. This contains all of your thoughts, your energy. If there's any energy that's from someone else, just blow it out of your bubble. If there's any holes in your bubble, seal them up. And I'm going to declare a golden cube around this space. And I'm going to connect it, root it in the center of Gaia with its cord. And I'm going to call in some bright principles of transformation, love, connection, empowerment, healing, courage, possibility, and now I'm going to gently bring my eyes back into the space. You can do that grounding exercise at any time of the day. You can connect with your physical center and root yourself. Anytime that you have lost your physical center, you've given your center away to someone or something else, you can bring it back. You can take your center back. You can use your conscious anger. Feel your anger. Are you angry for giving your center away? Take it back. It's yours. I invite you to feel your feelings. And anytime that you can't feel them, go back to this exercise and sit with them and wait to feel them. Your numbness bar may be so low that you think you can't feel them because you're using your mind, your intellectual body only. Modern culture has trained us to only be in the intellectual body. And this is why we are so disconnected from the rest of our bodies. Prove it to me, prove it to me, prove it to me. Some things can't be proven by the intellect. There's experiential wisdom that happens. And that's how healing and transformation goes. And if you've stuck around long enough for me to say this, you know that that's true. If you weren't into it, you would have clicked off of this video already. Your empowerment is yours. It's here right now, my friend. I can't give it to you. All your feelings and emotions, they are welcome in this space. If you'd like a space holding session or holistic personal development coaching, contact me at holisticjuniper.com. I would be honored to work with you. And if you like this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Mwah!